removal spell.
Rune Raider, a pretty significant upgrade to this deck.
Absolutely. We're going to see the Vicious Conquistador turn 1. A 1/2 for 1 that drains your opponent when it attacks. We've seen these cards a lot of ways. They're just a black frequently gets it uncommon, a 2/1 for 1. This is a bit of an upgrade for that.
Yeah, it doesn't get hit by a walking ballista right away, which is pretty nice.
It doesn't block as well. That's unlikely to matter. Here's going to be Glintsleeve Siphoner from Mackie.
Yeah, black creatures, a lot of them, they're not really blockers. It's just kind of comes with the territory.
Well, a lot of them actually just have the words written on them, not a blocker.
Right. Don't even try it. Not a legal play. Turn this one sideways. All
right, see what Jason has. He has Servant of the Conduit. This is first play here on turn 2. Kevin right now does have a copy of If Near Deadlands in hand, 4 of those in his mono black deck. He's got Key to the City, if you're looking at what that one non-black card is in his hand.
Key to the City plays particularly well with Ruin Raider. You'll
that's fun.
Always be able to get an attack in, get your Ruin Raider trigger, draw another card, give you more options to discard with your Key to the City, draw more off of that.
We a lot of times see Key to the City in these mono black style decks. I'm a little surprised for Kevin's side not playing the card Amit Eternal. I know we've seen that in a lot of these mono black decks as their finisher. None of them here for Kevin.
Yeah, well, Amit Eternal I think is a clear downgrade from Ruin Raider specifically, and the rest of it just seems to be curve concerns.
Sure, you can't. Yeah, he's very low to the ground. And here is our first look at Ruin Raider, the 3/2 pirate. Once again, those 3 power guys for 3. He has a raid trigger. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack the creature this turn, reveal the top card, put it into your hand, and lose life equal to its mana cost. It's the Dark Confidant variant of the set. We see this a lot of times, cards like Pain Seer. This one's pretty good.
Yeah, and he's low to the ground because Ruin Raider is the best 3, and also it plays ball better with 1s and 2s. You don't want to have a bunch of 3-mana spells that you just get hit off with your Ruin Raider. And in fact, the other 3-mana spell he's playing, Aethersphere Harvester, to alleviate that life loss and give him some edge against the red deck.
And he found a Glintsleeve Siphoner off the Ruin Raider. And one of the things I like about this mono black deck, 4 Glintsleeve Siphoner, 4 Ruin Raider, there is a lot of card advantage in this deck.
Yeah, this is really nice. And it's really low maintenance as well. It's very easy to draw cards off of these. Ruin Raider, just any creature attacks. Well, hey, every creature in this deck is signing up to attack.
Yeah, I mean, mono blacks, much like mono red, it's this low to the ground single color aggro deck. Obviously, we can't really play zombies anymore, so it's going to switch to this kind of deck. It's because of these cards like Ruin Raider and Siphoner, it's going to be better against the all removal plan that I guess Energy or these control decks we're seeing are going to bring.
You'd like to have a couple more ways to make energy, but mono black doesn't really afford that. The fact that Glintsleeve Siphoner has Menace though and plays so well with Ruin Raider for that reason makes it a pretty easy include.
Well, Harness Lightning shot down the Glintsleeve Siphoner before Kevin could draw a card off it here. Now we'll go back to Kevin's turn. There's some tension here on the raid trigger with Ruin Raider if he can't remove Servant of the Conduit.
Yeah. Yeah, if the Raider just trades in combat, well, it's not going to be around. If you ship with the Conquistador, it's just going to get eaten by the Servant.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where this 1/2 that drains for 1 is not a 2/1 for 1. Fortunately for Kevin, he has the Fatal Push, but Jason will Magma Spray the Raider in response. So Kevin can attack, but no extra cards. We'll make another Glintsleeve Siphoner. So he attacks for 2, and then next turn, if it survives, he'll have the Siphoner to start drawing cards again. Last 2 cards in Kevin's hand, actually a pretty good combo here. Looks like it's Key to the City and Scrap Heap Scrounger. Big fan of that one.
Yeah, just discard it, bring it back right away.
Long Tusk Cub for Jason. He's got 6 energy in play. All right, these are some good blockers.
Yeah, Kevin's going to want to find a removal spell here. Those just outsize. I suppose you can just go to the work with the Key to the City here. You just have to worry about the crackback, though. Long Tusk Cub gets very large very quickly.
Yeah, if Near Deadlands, not really going to do the trick here either. Kevin will play a Deadlands, and you're right, it might just be Key to the City going to work. There are worse things, though. He'll play that one. Still can't get Glintsleeve Siphoner in there. It would get double blocked, pair of 3/3s. Key to the City's going to discard a Swamp, and then he'll attack him with Siphoner, get a trigger.
Yeah, this way you can just cast the Scrounger for all the difference that it makes.
So we'll say go. Jason down to 12.
He's not heavy on creatures actually in the graveyard. The Magma Spray did exile the Rune Raider.
So why, yeah, is there a reason why you discard the land? Is why that's better than discarding Scrounger and bringing it back?
So he just wants to attack with the Scrounger a bunch of times. There's only one creature in the graveyard currently. So just casting it means he doesn't have to use that resource if he wants to be able to bring it back.
I guess land 6 must not be a very valuable thing to his deck.
Yeah, so there is a real cost. You know, land 6, maybe it comes up. You're paying 2 if you want to draw with the Key to the City. The dead lands, they do cost a lot of mana to activate, but he just decides that creatures in the graveyard are worth more. And in the face of Harness Lightning, that can very much be the case.
And we'll say end to go. So back to Jason's turn. He has Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and one other card in his hand.
Now, if he runs into just another Magma Spray on the Scrap Heap Scrounger, it's not really an issue anyway, right?
Yeah.
Can't really bring it back. He would rather have the Swamp, though.
Swing with Long Tusk Cub. We'll see how much energy Jason wants to sink into it. No blocks were declared. Looks like he'll make it a 3/3 and go back up to 6 energy. So Kevin drops to 14.
And notably, a lot of the ways that Kevin's deck pull it ahead, they do come associated with costs of life.
Right. And here's the last card, Chandra, Torch of Defiance. She'll -3 to shoot down the Glint-Sleeve Siphoner. I like that choice from Jason. And now upkeep. Kevin can use his mana to draw cards off Key to the City. And he'll get another card. Looks like...
Walk the Plank.
Yeah, so the great addition to the deck.
That'll make it really easy to take care of that Long Tusk Cub and the Chandra.
Yeah, and I believe another Ruin Raider. If that's the case, these are both great cards.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm sad I have to discard one of them to Key to the City if that's the case.
Well, you won't have to on this turn, assuming that the Walk the Plank deals with the Long Tusk Cub.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You don't.
He could cycle it if he so desired, but I think Rune Raider is one of his better hits.
And that Cub is going to walk the plank. Going to drown off in the ocean, and now there's no blockers.
This is one of the spots where the Conquistador is better than a 2/1 because it can attack the Chandra
for
one.
Oh, yeah, he gets an extra damage.
Yep.
So Conquistador attacks Chandra for 1, deals 1 damage across, Scrounger dealing 3 more. So Jason will take 4, lose his Planeswalker.
And I think that last card is actually a sideboard Kite Sail Freebooter. So 1 mana up, so Kevin's going to have to decide whether or not he wants to loot that away. You can always discard with Key to the City and pay 2 the next turn. The 1/2 might actually be worth something just as a blocker for the Long Tusk Cub. And also, if you get into a situation where Jason's not attacking, then you just have a 1/2 evasive creature, though the Key to the City does give you that anyway.
Right, Key to the City forces Jason basically to keep attacking.
Yeah.
And Jason's just going to shove. I don't think he's going to respect Fatal Push much here.
Yeah, no reason to.
Well, he can't. I don't know if he can beat it.
Exactly.
So Cub up to a 5/5. Is Jason going to make it a 6/6? He will. It's still actually a point of damage short here. 6 will hit Kevin to 8. Jason gets 2 energy. To make it lethal, he'd have to have something like an Attune in his hand.
Yeah, there's a lot of spells that make it lethal in the deck. You know, plenty of stuff makes 2 energy.
And Kevin is going to get rid of that card there on the end step. Gets 2 swamps for his trouble. That's a swing and a miss.
That's a downgrade on the freebooter, I would say.
And now I'm interested as to whether or not just what I know Scrounger's attacking. Is Conquistador going to attack? That is a real good question here.
It drains, right? He gains a life, so that matters.
Yeah, it drains. He probably doesn't have to. So he swings with the Scrounger. Jason goes to 5. With Key to the City, well, I guess Kevin's actually short on lethal next turn.
Yeah, I think that the attack, I think I like an attack with the Conquistador.
Well, I mean, I think it would be a feel bad, right, if he attacks and then Jason just goes Attune, and you're like, oh, dang, I lost.
Well, it gains a life, right?
No, it doesn't. Just hits him for 1. Yeah.
You said drain, and I got confused.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what that means.
Drain life is a magic card that drains life.
Okay, but
adds it to your life total.
You know, it is a vampire. It would make sense if he gained a life, but it doesn't, unfortunately.
Right. So yeah, hanging back 100% correct in this situation.
Well, it means it's not lethal next turn, right?
Yes. So there you have that problem. But with the Key to the City, you'll get another redraw, try to find another chump blocker. Plenty of those in the deck. You have to avoid more copies of Scrounger, as that creature just can't block.
Spiral of Canal tapped, and a pass of the turn from Jason. So no card like Attune. And filtering for Kevin, he gets 2 more swamps.
Yikes.
But wait, he could actually, if near Deadlands, down the Long Tusk Cub.
To make it a 4/4. Yeah,
And then just swing. And then just swing with...
takes less damage.
Yeah, swing with Scrap Heap Scrounger. I would like key the Scrounger, put Jason to 2,
play
a swamp, shrink the Cub, say go. I like that. Right?
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Yeah, all right, key the Scrounger. Hit in for 3, Jason goes to 2. Is he gonna Deadlands down the Cub? I think so. No, he does not, he just passes. Can he do that at instant speed? I don't think so.
It's a mixed cycle.
We'll check. Yeah, I know some of them are, like the Ipnu Rivulet is instant speed.
Yep. The green and white ones are not. The red one is.
No. Nope, he had to pick that on his turn. See if it costs him. Here's Rogue Refiner. And he needs a good one. He'll draw. Does he have a way to stop an attacker or to blow up that key? I think he just has lands.
Well, those won't do either of those things.
Long Tusk Cub attacks. Kevin blocks. Jason's got 1 card, says go. He's not buying it. The issue, you don't even need the key. The Deadlands can go ahead and win this one. How about just does everything? He could Fatal Push a blocker, Deadlands a blocker. He's got it all. Kevin's going to discard Conquistador to the key. The Scrounger takes the key to the city and takes it in for the win. Kevin Mackie with Mono Black aggro improves to 2-0.
This is a neat deck.
Yeah.
Able to squeak that one out. Key to the city.